Picture this. You're sitting on your board, waiting for the perfect wave. The sun is shining, the water is clear, and then, boom! A monster wave rises in front of you, towering like a 4-story building. Your heart's pounding, but there's no time to think. You paddle hard, drop in, and suddenly, you're in the barrel of the most dangerous wave on the planet. This is the Banzai Pipeline, where legends are made, or broken. Stick around because today, we're uncovering what makes Pipeline the ultimate proving ground for surfers, and why it's both their greatest dream and worst nightmare. Pipeline isn't just a wave, it's a beast. Located on the north shore of Oahu, Hawaii, this legendary surf break is known worldwide for its perfect glassy barrels and its deadly reputation. More surfers have lost their lives here than at any other wave on Earth. But let's rewind. How did Pipeline become such an iconic yet fearsome place? Pipeline was first surfed in 1961 by Californian Phil Edwards, who later became the face of the first ever tube ride captured on film. Back then, surfing Pipeline was considered borderline suicidal. Boards were heavier, safety gear was non-existent, and surfers barely understood the mechanics of the wave. But as the sport evolved, so did the daredevils willing to risk it all for Pipeline's perfect barrels. Pipeline got its name from its tubular waves, which resemble an actual pipeline. When the wave breaks, it creates a hollow cylinder, offering surfers a chance to ride deep inside. Sounds poetic, right? But this poetry has a dark side. Pipeline breaks over a jagged volcanic reef in just 3 to 4 feet of water. Imagine wiping out and getting slammed onto what's basically underwater sandpaper. Not so poetic anymore. Watching Pipeline from the shore is like witnessing nature at its most raw and beautiful. The thunderous sound of waves crashing on the reef, the sparkling spray in the sunlight. It's hypnotic, even for those who'll never paddle out. But what makes Pipeline so dangerous, and why do surfers keep coming back despite the risks? Hang tight because the answers will give you chills. Pipeline is a unique wave, shaped by its underwater reef. The reef isn't just jagged, it's uneven, with deep crevices and sharp pinnacles that can slice through skin and bone. When a wave approaches Pipeline, it hits this reef and pitches forward, creating those perfect barrels. But the same reef that creates beauty also creates destruction. The wave itself is incredibly powerful. Picture a wall of water weighing thousands of tons crashing onto a shallow reef. Now imagine being caught in that. Even the most experienced surfers describe Pipeline wipeouts as getting hit by a truck or being thrown into a washing machine filled with rocks. The dangers don't stop there. Pipeline's lineup, the area where surfers wait for waves, is one of the most crowded in the world. With dozens of surfers jostling for position, collisions are inevitable. And when you add rogue waves, unpredictable currents, and Mother Nature's general mood swings, it's a recipe for chaos. Every year, the world's best surfers gather at Pipeline for the Billabong Pipe Masters, the final event of the World Surf League Championship Tour. This isn't just a competition, it's a gladiatorial battle. Winning at Pipeline isn't about scoring points, it's about earning respect. One man who knows this better than anyone is Kelly Slater, the GOAT, greatest of all time of surfing. Slater has won the Pipeline Masters a record 7 times and holds 11 world titles. His relationship with Pipeline is legendary. Slater describes the wave as a living, breathing entity, a force of nature that commands both fear and respect. But even Kelly Slater isn't immune to Pipeline's dangers. In 2017, during a free surf session, Slater broke his foot at Pipeline, sidelining him for months. Yet, he came back, proving that his love for the wave outweighs the risks. Speaking of risks, let's talk about the big one. Why do surfers knowingly put themselves in harm's way for Pipeline? Is it the thrill, the glory, or something deeper? Stay with me, because the psychology behind it is fascinating. For many surfers, Pipeline isn't just a wave, it's a rite of passage. Surfers describe riding a Pipeline barrel as the ultimate high, a fleeting moment of perfection that makes all the injuries, wipeouts, and near-death experiences worth it. Tom Carroll, a 2-time world champion and 3-time Pipeline Masters winner, famously said, "It's like letting go of everything you've got." But this addiction to danger comes at a price. In 2020, professional surfer Kalani David tragically passed away at Pipeline after being caught inside a wave. His death was a stark reminder that Pipeline doesn't care about your skill level or your reputation. The wave is merciless, and yet surfers keep coming back. Why? Some say it's the adrenaline, that rush of paddling into a wave knowing you might not come out the other side. Others say it's about legacy. Pipeline is where careers are made, and one perfect ride can cement your place in surfing history. Let's take a moment to appreciate the real heroes of Pipeline, the lifeguards. These men and women are constantly on high alert, rescuing surfers from wipeouts, pulling people out of rip currents, and administering first aid on the beach. In one particularly rough season, Pipeline lifeguards performed over 1,000 rescues. Their bravery and quick thinking save lives every day. Let's dive deeper into the man, the myth, the legend, Kelly Slater. Born in Cocoa Beach, Florida, Slater became a surfing prodigy, winning his first world title at just 20 years old. But it was his mastery of Pipeline that solidified his status as the greatest surfer of all time. Slater's approach to Pipeline is both scientific and spiritual. He studies the wave like a chess player, analyzing its movements and anticipating its next move. But he also respects its power, describing Pipeline as the ultimate test of skill and courage. One of Slater's most memorable moments at Pipeline came in 1995 when he rode a massive barrel to win the Pipe Masters. The wave was so perfect that it's still considered one of the greatest rides in surfing history. Slater has said that Pipeline taught him humility, that no matter how good you are, the wave is always in control. But what about the future of Pipeline? As surfing evolves, how will the next generation tackle this legendary wave? Stay tuned, because we're about to explore the future of surfing's most iconic break. Pipeline is now the training ground for a new wave of surfers like John Florence, who grew up on the North Shore and learned to surf Pipeline as a kid. Florence represents the future of surfing, riders who combine technical skill with fearlessness. The next generation is also embracing technology. Innovations like surf helmets, inflatable vests, and advanced board designs are making Pipeline slightly safer. But even with these advancements, the wave remains as dangerous as ever. The question isn't whether someone will get hurt, it's when. As we celebrate the thrill of Pipeline, it's also important to acknowledge its fragility. Pipeline is part of a delicate ecosystem, home to coral reefs, marine life, and unique coastal habitats. Overcrowding, pollution, and climate change pose threats to this natural wonder. Surfers and locals are working together to protect Pipeline, ensuring it remains a sacred place for generations to come. So here's the ultimate question. If you had the chance to surf Pipeline, knowing all the risks, would you do it? Or would you leave it to the pros? Let me know in the comments. I can't wait to hear your thoughts. And before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We've got more epic stories, wild waves, and unforgettable moments coming your way. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay stoked and stay safe.